Hi, I'm currently on holiday in Jamaica, and if you're thinking about coming here, you might be wondering what there is to do in Jamaica. Well, the obvious thing to do, you can see that I'm down at the beach at the moment, is to come and relax, just chill out. And this is the perfect place to cool down and relax. One of the great things about the Caribbean Sea is that it is really warm. So if you're walking into the water off the beach, you don't have all of those really horrible moments when you're thinking, ooh, 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 too cold, too cold, too cold. It is nice and warm. You can walk straight in there up to your neck. And it's nice and shallow, it's not too deep. And as you can see, the waves are not too dramatic. So the beach is a great thing to do. You can also hang out at the pool and have some cocktails, but there are also lots of other really fun things to do in Jamaica. Today, I'm at Dunn's Falls, which is the single biggest tourist attraction in Jamaica. And the reason why these falls are so popular is because you can climb up them. You actually start at the bottom and then climb all the way to the top. And if I turn round, you can see that there's a guided tour that's just starting down here at the moment. Now I'm just waiting for my tour to get enough people on it, so you have to have around 25 people before you can start the tour. Now Dunn's River Falls is round about in the centre of Jamaica, and it's taken me roughly about 2.5 hours to get here from my hotel. But it was organised through my hotel. I went to one of the tour desks and we came on a bus. There was about 12 of us on quite a big bus, so it's quite relaxing. We stopped off, bought some water shoes, so that's one of the tips if you are coming. They don't allow you in any Crocs or any other sort of shoes. You have to have water shoes. So when we stopped off, basically everybody had to buy them for $10. So tip for today is if you're coming here and you've got some water shoes, bring them with you, or maybe you want to buy some in advance. If I turn this camera around, you can see all the people who are climbing in front of me here have all got the water shoes on. So you will need them if you're coming here. So this is where the climb starts, down at the beach, and this is quite an amazing beach. I've got to get going because my guide has just called us to get into our chain. So here we are standing at the bottom of the falls waiting to climb, and as you can see the water is quite fast moving. Now I filmed all of this on my phone using a waterproof bag that you have around your neck, and I think that's one of the key issues here, that you can't carry anything with you. No sunglasses, no cameras in your hands. So if you're wanting to film it, you'll need to get one of those waterproof bags as well. Now as you can see from the climb, it's different levels. So you go up a level and then you come to more of a flatter piece and then you climb again. And some of the water is quite fast moving and some of the rocks are quite slippery. Now the guys actually go through the course every single morning in advance with a wire brush, and they remove most of the algae, but that's only in a relatively small patch. So you need to follow where your guide is going because he knows exactly where the safe places are to climb. But this is such a good fun day out because you're actually in a real live waterfall, and it's quite exhilarating climbing up. It's quite fun. You can see that there's lots of different people of all different ages and shapes and sizes, so this is really something that anybody can do as long as you're able to climb up relatively small places. Now there are footholds along the way, so it's not too difficult. If you're used to just scrambling up, then you'll easily be able to do it. But it's really refreshing. The water is obviously super clean and fast moving, and this is just a really fun day out for all the family. So if you're coming to Jamaica, I would definitely recommend putting this onto your agenda because I don't think there are many places in the world where you can actually climb up waterfalls, unless you're obviously an experienced outdoor person and you go and climb up waterfalls at the weekend just for fun. This is the sort of event that you can't do anywhere else around the globe. Well, maybe a few places, but here in Jamaica, this is one of the biggest tourist attractions, and I would definitely recommend putting it onto your agenda. Now, the fun thing is really when you get to the level places and you can stand around and have a look around, and you can see from this footage here that I actually came to a small slide area, and the guide asked me if I wanted to take the slide, which I did. As you can see, I went quite deep underwater. You can see my feet sticking out a long time before my head re-emerges, and things like that are really good fun. The water is super fresh, it's clean, it's not salty, so it was
really quite a nice feeling to do it. Lots of people did that little slide. Things like that really make the day. And I think what's great about this climb is that you feel a sense of achievement at the end of it. It's around 1,000 feet that you're climbing up, so it's relatively long. It takes around about an hour to complete it. But it's the sort of thing that once you've done it, you feel like you've achieved something that day. And the guides are really helpful and friendly, and they were taking lots of photos, so you can buy the official photo and video. When we did it, it was $40 for the package, which we thought was probably okay, because the photos that I took on my camera came out a little bit varied. So some of them were a bit milky because in the bag itself you get a bit of condensation, or it just doesn't come out very well. So I got some decent footage here, but the selfie photos that I took weren't particularly great. So I think one of the tips is that maybe take along $40 or take along your phone so you can pay on Apple Pay so that you can capture the souvenirs afterwards.
So here I am at the end of Dunn's Riverfall climb. Just completed it. It is great fun. You climb around about 1,000 feet, and it's not particularly steep, but the river is quite fast moving. Now, the guide told us that basically what they do, they go around with a wire brush in the morning and scrape off all the algae in a particular path. So you have to follow where the guide is going. And I know from my own experience just here, if you step just even 1 foot to the left or the right, it is incredibly slippy. And we actually saw a family who came on their own. They weren't with a guide. They decided to climb up the middle of the falls. All 3 of them got completely wiped out. There was a little boy who's probably about 5, his mum and his dad, they all went down, all bounced off the rocks. So don't come here and decide to do your own path. Get a guide, go with the guide, follow the guide's path, and you'll be totally safe. But this is such a great fun day out. Definitely recommend it. Now, the guys take a video of you and some photos, as always with these sorts of attractions. Today they're charging $41 for that video and photo package, which I think is probably reasonable. Now, I've had a cover on my phone whilst I was coming up here, one of these waterproof bags. So the quality of the video isn't quite as good because obviously you're filming through a bag, not just through your phone, but it's still pretty good. It's pretty safe, and I didn't fall over. I went down the slide, which was good fun. Halfway on the climb, you can sit in a little patch and you slide into the water. You get fully submerged. You can see my hair has got completely wet, so it's all looking a bit of a mess at the moment. But this is such a great fun day out. If you're coming to Jamaica, you have to come to Dunn's River Falls. Climb this up. It's not too difficult, it's not too strenuous, but it is great fun. Definitely recommended. Thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on the next. Today I'm at Rick's Cafe in the Grill in Jamaica. Now, this place is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Jamaica because we're up on the cliffs. We've got an amazing blue hole water feature that this cafe has been built around, and the main reason that people come here is to jump in off the cliff into the water. But it's also a really cool place to hang out. It's a cafe, you can get some drinks, some food, they play music, there's lots of dancing, and this place goes wild at sunset because it has one of the best sunsets in Jamaica. So let's go and check out Rick's Cafe and hear why 500,000 people visited here in 2024. And if you're wondering whether I had the bottle to jump off the top level, you'll have to wait until the end of the video to find out. So let's check out Rick's Cafe. So we'll take a walk through the security area. This is where they will be checking your bags to make sure you're not bringing any liquids in. And then we'll head down to the main event, which is where people are jumping into the water. So this is the setup here. We've got the whole cafe, restaurant, bar, DJ, music. And then down here is where all the action takes place. So we just have a little look over this wall. You can see this amazing blue water feature in this cove. And we've got multiple different levels where people are going to be jumping in. So we'll take a walk down here and have a look what it's like from a bird's eye point of view. So very nicely done. We've got a couple of jumpers here in front of me. So I think the concept is that you start off low. It's relatively early in the day here at the moment, so it's not crazy busy. I came down here deliberately whilst it was still quiet, and you can just take a look into that water and then jump off. You can see that there's a Sandals boat has come in from the Sandals hotel, where people who are getting married tend to stay. Take a look over this water. Let's have a look over the edge. Sorry. So you can start off at the very lowest level, just jump into the water, or you can go and do that. So that's the gentle version. But if you really want to step things up, you go up to this platform. And then if you want to do crazy stuff, you can see that there is a bird's eye place right at the top. Well, aside from the cliff jumping, Rick's Cafe is actually a really cool place to hang out. You can see that there's 2 levels to the bar here, and this is just such an incredible spot. Got a really good vantage point up on this cliff, so you can just hang out here, have a beer, have something to eat, and then watch all of the crazy people jumping in off the top of that ledge. So let's check out the bar itself. It's a pretty cool bar. It's got lots of really nice places to sit, and you get great views of the ocean, Jamaican flag there, obviously. Yeah, some really good vantage points. Just a really great place to hang out. Very stylish. You see some people a bit wet, they've been doing the jumping. We've got the DJ booth, there's some dancing there later. And then we'll just head upstairs through the second bit of the bar. As I said, this is relatively early in the day, so that's why it's not super busy at the moment. Lots of people will be coming here later. There's lots of pool parties here as well. We'll just head upstairs and see what we've got up here. Okay, so this is uber cool up here, and it's a bit cooler up here because it's shaded. You can see it's set up in 1974, and you get a great vantage point of the little cove where everybody's jumping in. And yeah, nice bar, just a great place. Let's just have a look at that view again. Yeah, it's a really nice place to hang out, and it's just going to get busier and busier. Now the drinks aren't particularly cheap here, as you might imagine. The food, pretty expensive as well, relatively, but I think it's worth it if you're coming to Jamaica. You want to come and do some cool stuff, and Rick's Cafe is one of the biggest tourist attractions. It's been here for 50 years, it's got the premium spot on this cove, that's why all these big boats are coming in here, people coming in from far and wide to do these cliff jumps.
Now, as you can see from this menu, the food and drink at Rick's Cafe is not cheap. However, there is no charge to get in. Broadly speaking, the starters are around $20 US, the main courses are between $30 and $50, and it's going to cost you somewhere around $7 to $9 to get a beer, although you can get bucket discounts. I ordered the chicken wings and calamari, both of which came with fries, and that was fine in terms of having a snack without breaking the bank.
So what's my overall assessment of Rick's Cafe? Well, this place is incredible. You can see the amazing views, this vantage point that you get, but obviously the main reason for coming here is to jump into that cove over there that lots of people are doing, and you can take baby steps. You don't have to be jumping straight off the 30-foot cliff. Immediately you can take just the small jumps, build yourself up, and then maybe you've had a couple of red stripes, maybe if you're feeling in the mood, maybe if you're feeling a little bit braver towards the end of the day, you can go off the top platform. But I wouldn't recommend going off the bird's eye platform. But if you're coming to Jamaica, you really do have to take in Rick's Cafe. It's one of the big tourist attractions. Over 500,000 people per year visit here, and it is an amazing spot, incredible, nice place to come to, and definitely recommended. So thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on the next video.
Okay, so here's the question you've all been waiting for. Did I actually do it? Well, this is me jumping off the 10-foot jump, which is relatively easy, and the water is so warm, and it's really actually quite nice and refreshing. So that was relatively straightforward. The 25-foot jump is a lot more scary. When you get up there and you look down, it looks like a long way and the rocks are jutting out a little bit, but I still did it, and it was fun, although my technique not so great. Slightly leant forward, you're meant to drop in like a pencil. So this is the big one, the 35-foot jump. Did I do it? Of course I did. It was great, and look at that technique, straight like a pencil into the water, great fun. I would definitely recommend when you come here, getting up the courage, get up to that top level and just do it.
Today I'm at Jamwest Adventure Park in the Grill in Jamaica. And if you're coming on holiday to Jamaica and you want to do something absolutely brilliant, lots of fun, then you should come here, because this is one of the biggest adventure parks in Jamaica. You pay for either 2 or 3 things to do here, and the things that I've just done are the ATV adventures, which are absolutely brilliant, the zip lining, where you go down 8 different zips, really fun. And then we just finished off with an amazing horse ride where you ride the horses into the sea and you're literally swimming around in the sea with the horses. So let's go and check it out and have a look around. So this is the area that they do the ATV adventure. I think there's one already out, because when I was here before there were probably 3 times the number of ATVs. But you can see the ATVs are big, chunky, big 4-wheel drive vehicles. They're not just bikes, these are actual chunky car type things. Very difficult to roll these, and you can see from the mud that's on some of these ATVs that when you go around the course there's lots of water. So it's a really fun course that they take you on. You go off into the wilderness, into all of the woods area. You can hear some of them going around now. They actually have some buggies as well. I think we can just see that buggy. There's some ATVs coming in now, coming in to park up, so you can see people actually riding them in. But you go on a really long course, takes around about 40-45 minutes. Stop off, there's a shop on the way. Really great fun. You can see the dune buggy here, so if you're worried about falling off and hurting yourself, then you can just get one of those, because they've got a roll cage on them, and it's just a great fun thing to do. Now, you do have to be 18 to actually drive the ATVs and the buggies themselves. So if you're coming with people who are less than 18, then they will have to be a passenger, unfortunately. But it's still great fun. We had somebody in our group who was a passenger. They had a really great time. So you can see, you just park up here at the end of the ride and you can see the mud that's on all of these vehicles. You do get a bit muddy as well when you're driving through some of these puddles, but overall this is probably the best thing to do at this park. So we've just had a look at the ATVs, but unfortunately I can't show you the horses, because the horses are quite a long way away from here, and I've just come back from there about half an hour ago, and I'll be leaving soon, so I don't have time to go up and show you the horses. The horse ride was actually great fun in itself. You're given a guide, so everybody sits on the horse and you have somebody that's basically walking alongside with you, so it keeps it nice and safe if you're not comfortable with horse riding yourself. But then when you get to the beach and you go in the water, they basically just let you go, and the horses are actually swimming in the water. It really is quite incredible to be on the back of a horse that's swimming through water. And the guys are really good fun. They come up and they're giddy upping the horses and hitting them with little sticks just to encourage them to jump up and down a little bit. So it was great fun. Nothing like anything I've done before. I would totally recommend it. It was absolutely brilliant. So as well as the adventures, there's lots of fun things to do here. You've got a kids play pool, there's a kids climbing frame, and lots of stuff over in that barn there under shelter. Lots of different things here for the kids to have a play in while you're having some great adventures. The reason why I'm walking around here isn't to look at this amazing play park, it's to look at the zip lines, because the zipline adventure starts just around this corner. Now, actually, when you get to the park, you're transported on the back of buses, so basically a bit like a safari. And this is the start of the zipline adventure here. You can see, and I'll just zoom in on the camera, so you can see that's the first tower. And what's great about it, the zips themselves are really good fun. They're quite fast, quite high, and just really exhilarating. But what's really fun is the guys who actually take you around. We had a guy who was just hilarious, got everybody in the mood, really good fun. And so I would definitely recommend. I've done lots of ziplining adventures in the past. I think this is probably the most fun one that I've had. The zips were good, they're quite long. There's one where you race each other, so there's one side by side, quite good fun. But it's really the people who are making it. There's another little thing here that you can do if you like. It's sort of like push cart adventure ride. I haven't done that one, but looks a bit of fun. So here's one of the wagons that you get transported around the place on. You can see people are being taken over to the zip line on this bus. So you sit in the back. It's a bit like a safari bus, so a bit of fun. Makes it a bit more interesting travelling around the place. So when you book your tour at Jamwest, they will pick you up from your hotel. So this is the bus that we came in earlier. and actually nobody else was on it. It was just for us, so it meant that it was basically a private transfer. But that's a nice thing about it. Once you book it, they will pick you up and then they take you home at the end of the day as well. Now you can also get some food and drink on site, so you don't have to worry about lunch. And so what's my overall assessment of the Jamwest Adventure Park? Well, this is an absolutely brilliant day out. If you're on holiday in Jamaica, it's great to just enjoy the beach and the sea and the pool and the weather and the people and the rum and everything else that goes with it. But if you want to do something memorable, something that really is outstanding that you won't do anywhere else, I would definitely put this in your diary, because you can do the ATV adventure, which is great fun for all the family of all ages. I saw some old people, some young people doing it. They all had great fun. The zip lining was fantastic. The people there, the guys who take you around, really good fun, made it really exciting. And then riding the horses in the ocean is like nothing else that you've done. Now there are actually some other things that you can do here as well. I haven't done any of those, but I've shown you a few different bits and pieces. This place is absolutely massive. I would definitely recommend that it gets a big thumbs up from me. So if you've liked this video, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on the next. And today I'm at the Blue Hole in Jamaica. There's actually more than one blue hole in Jamaica, but this one is the big one in the middle of the country. So just arrived, I've got my life jacket on here, and we are hiking to the top so that we can then jump in and have fun in all of the different blue holes. So this is the waterfall. We're going to be going into that blue hole later, but first we've got to hike all the way to the top so that we can then come down to all 4 of these blue holes. Okay, we're going up this waterfall. So I've just finished the blue water adventure. You can see here there's a rope swing that I've just done. You can see my hair is all wet. This is an absolutely fantastic thing to do if you're coming to Jamaica. It's naturally occurring falls. So we've got waterfalls with all of these jumps. The guides are fantastic. They look after you, make sure that you're not doing anything dangerous. Some quite challenging ones, some quite high ones. Really good fun. If you're coming to Jamaica, you should definitely make time to come to the Blue Hole. Get a big thumbs up from me. And if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on the next.